Hello, YouTube. You haven't seen this guy in a while, have you? The Dell C521. I put duct tape over the floppy port because I don't have a floppy drive to put in there right now. I'm going to eventually get a card reader and put that in there. I managed to revive this thing. Remember how the CPU fan was acting up? Well, it turns out that the housing for the port down there was pulled up a little bit when I pulled the cord out last year. So I pushed it down a little bit, put a new fan in there that Flaming Linux sent me. Thank you, Flaming Linux. Much appreciated. So now the fan is actually useful again. Now the solder joints are where they're supposed to be. And the thing works. It works perfectly. There you go. The fan is controlled. I put a light on SATA DVD drive I had lying around in here. I put the 500 gigabyte Seagate drive from this computer into here, so now I have the 500 gigabyte Seagate 7200.12 in here. The 7200.12s seem good because the 7200.11s had that firmware problem. These don't. Now Seagates typically have mechanical failure, so yeah. I'm not expecting too long of a life out of it, but who cares? It's a hard drive. Anyway, as you can see, it turns on again, the CPU fan runs, but I haven't plugged it in to see whether the rest of it works. And eventually, Sansu350A, Sean, is going to send me a graphics card for a low profile here, so I can put it in this PCIe slot. So yeah. I've put a different processor in here this time. I've put the AMD Athlon X2 3800 Plus in here. So I have 2.0 gigahertz with a dual core, whereas what came with this machine was an Athlon 64 single core at the same speed. So much better processor. And yeah, 500 gigabyte drive in there. I'm going to see if I can turn this into a slimline little gaming machine thingy. So, yeah. Other than that, yeah, we'll plug this in and see how it goes. Alright, I've got the Dell fitted back together for the most part. Here's the shit I use. A random light-on DVD drive. SATA, of course. This is just a placeholder. I'm not actually using it. It's a random Matsushita floppy drive. And a Seagate 7200.12 500 gigabyte drive for the time being. I'm going to put a 1 terabyte drive in there at some point. Alright, there we have it. And I have a Linksys wireless card in here. Wireless N. So it's a Linksys wireless card with a Netgear antenna. Everything's ship shape. For those of you wondering about the power supply, it's a weird BTX power supply. It's a 280 watt power supply. It's like nothing, pretty much. Yeah, let's start this baby up after putting the cover on. Now, I've already installed Windows and all that fun crap on it, but I just thought I'd show you the inside first. Let me tilt it back up. And my precious Dell C521. That white floppy drive looks very stupid. I'm going to replace it with a card reader at some point. Probably a Cowtech card reader. But the DVD drive fits in nicely. Antenna right there. Netbook. And of course I got the Dell keyboard and the Dell mouse into an Acer monitor with the webcam hooked into the Sansui. So, start this guy up. Of course, when you first start these up, the fan goes loud for a bit, and then eventually comes back on. Here's Windows. I installed Windows 7 on here. If you can hear that, let's log in. Quite a fast computer for its age, especially for the processor speed. I forgot to change the clock to the design that I like. I'll take the red. Yeah, that looks good. And here we are. Let's take a look at the computer itself. Windows 7. Of course, it's using memory for onboard graphics. At some point, I'm going to put another graphics card in here, an AMD 5570, since it has low profile and is perfect. But what's in here is an AMD Athlon 64X2 dual-core 3800 plus, clocked at 2 gigahertz. I got 4 gigs of RAM in here, all ADATA. 64-bit OS as usual, and Windows I haven't activated it yet because I'm lazy. And I'm probably going to be reinstalling it once I put a new hard drive in here anyway, so it's rather pointless. But there you have it. This machine has been revived and brought back from the dead. Thank you, Edgar, for the front fan. And, yeah. That has been the Dell C521. Have a good one, everybody. Ciao.